Good afternoon. We gather here today to celebrate the life of William Harvey TREMBATH, known to all as Bill. Family and friends, today we pay our respect to a gentleman, a father, grandfather, great-grandfather, a brother, uncle and friend. They're in no particular order, as each of you will have shared your own memories, own relationship with Bill, and you'll have many memories of the times you have shared together. I'm Graham Sarah, and I'm privileged to have been asked to conduct this service for Bill today. On behalf of Bill's family, thank you for being here, especially those of you who have travelled. Your presence with us is very much appreciated. The family would also like to acknowledge Bill's sister Myrtle in Queensland, who was unable to be with us today. Thanks also go to the many people who have telephoned, sent flowers and cards and messages to the family, expressing their sympathy at the passing of Bill. It's also important today that we remember people special to Bill who have passed away but are not forgotten. So we particularly remember Bill's sons, Paul and Mark, who have sadly passed away. They are reunited again. William Harvey TREMBATH was born on the 20th of July 1932 at Croydon North in Adelaide to parents Arthur and Ethel TREMBATH. He was the youngest of 8 children. Only Bill's older sister Myrtle, aged 96, is still alive. And they had the opportunity to catch up in October last year when she made the trip from Queensland to visit Bill. It was at age 17 Bill left the city to gain experience in farming. He worked on numerous farms throughout the Yorke Peninsula, learning his trade in all areas of cropping and livestock management, and he eventually went on to be a sought-after shearer within the local area. Bill met Kathleen and they married on the 11th of June 1955. They have 6 children: Anne, Paul and Mark, who are both deceased, Marie, Catherine and Megan. Bill is father-in-law to Desi, Brian and Matt, his love par of 10 grandchildren: Michael and Amy, Emma, Jessica and James, Jasmine and Joe, Mackenzie, Addison and Hutton. His great par of 12 great-grandchildren: Alex and Henry, Jordan, Ashton, Harper, Logan and Darcy, Ebony, Alicia and Nate, Poppy and Lila. Bill's love for animals was well known, and there were always many animals on the farm. He raised show jumpers, New Zealand white rabbits, Murray grey cattle, merino sheep and border collies. Bill was a valued member of the South Australian Working Dogs Association, travelling all over Australia as well as internationally, training and trialling his beloved working dogs. Bill was a fiercely independent man, ruthlessly stubborn and as gruff as they come. But he was also a tender man whose love for all of those close to him was never doubted. He strived to do his best. He was a tough competitor, but was harder on himself than any judge could ever be. This was also how he raised his children and the expectations that he had on each one. Bill had a quirky sense of humour and was very dry in his delivery. He had a number of sayings he liked to share. If it's not right, then it must be wrong. Tomorrow is another day. Up the shit. And the most remembered is whenever he signed off a phone call to his daughters, they would say, "Be good." And his reply was, "I'm always good." 20 years ago, Bill moved to Butte with his dogs and lived there until he sadly passed away on the 6th of January 2024. Henry Scott Holland writes, "Death is nothing at all. Death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away into the next room. I am I and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way you always used to. Put no difference in your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed, at the little jokes we always enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effort, without the ghost of a shadow in it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolute unbroken continuity. For what is death but a negligible accident? Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I am waiting for you for an interval, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well, nothing is past, nothing is lost. One brief moment and all will be as it was before. How we should laugh at the trouble of parting when we meet again. Bill's daughter Marie has a tribute to Bill on behalf of the family, and I invite her to bring that to us now.
By Yuli Kay. How to live.
Sorry.
That's okay. What I would not give to have to sit with you one more hour. I have so much to tell you and so much more to give you. I broke in two the day you left this earth. I live to live in the mansion over the hilltop. I never knew how much one single moment could fracture absolutely every bone in my body. But I will be okay. Perhaps not yet, but I'm working on it every single day. And I want you to know I have grown into someone who has learnt how to keep on going when the world collapses all around me. I am gentler now and braver. I do not take this breath for granted. I still miss you every day. That will never change. But I think that you would love who I have become and the way I have chosen to honour you. To keep your beautiful heart present in everything I do. I am a better person, not only because of you were, but because of the loss of someone who showed me how to live. On behalf of myself and Catherine and Megan, thank you for joining us today to celebrate the life of our beloved Dad, Pa and Great Pa. William Harvey TREMBATH was born in Adelaide on 20th of July 1932, reunited with his sons Paul and Mark on the 6th of January 2024. The youngest of 8 children of Ethel and Arthur TREMBATH, survived by his older sister Myrtle, who is 96 years young. Father to Anne, Paul and Mark deceased, myself, Catherine and Megan. Grandfather to 10 and great-grandfather to 12. Dad left school at age 14. His first job was at Simpsons. He moved to the YP at age 17 and worked as a farmhand for the Ware family, Agnew family and Parsons families. He married in 1955. Dad moved to the SYP to share farm with his father-in-law until 1973, when he moved to Moonta, where Dad worked as a farmhand and shearer. From Moonta to Keith in 1983, where he established a sheep and pig farm. He returned to the YP in 1988, where they built a home at Cunliffe. From Cunliffe to Jaybuck, and then back to the YP to settle in Butte in 2001. It was while at Keith that Dad's love for sheepdog trialling began. He travelled all over Australia, judging and travelling with his team of dogs, competing, and in 2005 he was part of the Australian test team to travel to New Zealand, the first Australian team to bring home the Trans-Tasman Cup, one of many highlights of his involvement in the sport he loved. People visited from near and far for training days with Dad. I remember our chats. How did the day go? Are they going to be any good, Dad? Well, he'd say with a chuckle, you can't teach someone who won't listen. Or they have a sensible head on their shoulders, they'll do well. Or they got no patience. We all have different memories of Dad, whether it be as a dad, a pa, a great pa, a drinking buddy, or a fellow dog trialer, and today I want to share some of mine. As with most country families, we were always surrounded with animals. I remember big white rabbits, ferrets, greyhounds, a variety of chickens with incubators full of eggs, pigs, sheep, horses, and always a sheepdog or two. A few memorable favourites, a lady, Butch, or aka Butchie Boy, and some more recent ones, Snow and Freddie. I remember a time our brother Paul, who we were about to find out fainted at the sight of his own blood, got a splinter in his finger while helping Dad unload timber from the truck. Dad whipped out his pocket knife and cut it out, but Paul's finger started to bleed, so Dad sent him to the house to Mum. As Paul walked into the kitchen, he fainted. He hit the floor so hard. I remember running around screaming, thinking he was dead. Dad walked in wondering what all the noise was about, saw Paul on the floor, grabbed a wet cloth, whacked it on the back of his neck, and said, "You'll be right," and walked out. When he built the car shed at Moonta, I was helping him carry the sliding door down to the back shed. I tripped and it fell on me. He looked over and said, "You'll be right, up you get." It bloody hurt, and later I had a bruise the size of a football on my hip. But that's okay, I'm tough. If you were trying to do something and it wasn't going quite right, he would say, "You're not holding your tongue right." Other things like, "How do you know if you don't try? Don't say it can't be done until you try. Do as I say, not as I do." We share a few things in common. We're both left-handed. We both have a deformed fingernail, a right hand middle finger. We love to fix things, make old stuff look good again. Dad was very resourceful. He didn't like to throw anything away because he might need it one day. We were loved and raised to be tough. No princesses amongst us. I feel the person I am today due to the DNA running through me. Determined, stubborn, loyal but soft and deeply caring, all traits I have because of the TREMBATH DNA. Of the six of us, Mark and I were like Dad, Anne, Paul, Catherine and Megan more like Mum. However, we share the TREMBATH spirit. Mess with me, and without knowing it, you mess with us all. There is a saying, you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. Never really thought about it until one day Kim said to me, my personality changed when we drove north through Port Wakefield. Upon reflection, I can see why he said that. It's because I'm home. A safe place, a place where I'm loved for me, a place where I can be my true self. No need to pretend or be politically correct. I am just me. A few weeks ago, I was at Dad's. He wasn't there. It was just me. I stood in the yard looking around, feeling very empty. The feeling was gone. A few hours later, I walked into the hospital to visit Dad. The feeling returned. It's then I realised it wasn't the place, but the person. It was his presence that made me feel at home. And now that's what I've lost. I've lost that sense of home, the love, the comfort. As we say goodbye to the physical, I hold dear the spirit of him, as this is all I have of home, of him, are the memories. Story stolen from Facebook, author unknown. When I am old, I will wear a soft grey sweatshirt and a cap over my silver hair. I will spend my pension trick on my dogs. I will sit in my house on my well-worn chair and listen to my cats breathing. I will sneak out on a warm summer night and take my dogs for a run, if my old bones will allow. When people come to call, I will smile and nod and show them my dogs. I will talk of them and about them, the ones so beloved of the past, the ones so beloved of today. I will still work hard cleaning up after them and feeding them, whispering their names in a soft, loving way. These friends who will wait at any hour for my footfall and eagerly jump to their feet out of sound sleep to greet me as if I were God. Their warm eyes full of adoring love and hope that you will always stay. I'll hug their strong necks. I'll kiss their dear sweet heads. I'll whisper in their very special company. I look in the mirror, I see I am old. This is the kind of person I am and have always been. Loving dogs is easy. They are part of me. Please accept me for who I am. My dogs appreciate my presence in their lives. They love my presence in their lives. When I am old, this will be important to me. You will understand when you are old, if you have dogs to love too.
Thank you, Marie. Some wonderful memories and a beautiful tribute to your dad. Bill once said it's been a good journey. The family have put together a presentation of pictures that represent his life. Enjoy the memories.
When I was a lad, that old ship was a pub. Over hills and meadows we'd stray, just a boy and his dog. We were both full of fun. We grew up together that way. I remember time at the old swimming hole when I would have drowned beyond doubt, but old Chef was right there. He jumped in, helped pull me out. As the years fast did roll, Chevy grew old, and his eyes were fast growing dim. And one day the doctor looked at me and said, I can do no more for him, Jim. With hands that were trembling, I picked up my gun and aimed it at Chef's faithful head. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to run. I wished they'd shoot me instead. He came to my side and he looked up at me and he laid his old head on my knee. I had struck the best friend that a man ever had. I cried so I scarcely could see. Old Shelby has gone where the good dog is gone, and no more with old Shell will I roam. But if dogs have a heaven, there's one thing I know: old Shep has a wonderful
Hey, true blue, don't say you've gone. Say you've knocked off for a smoker and you'll be back later on. Hey, true blue, hey, true blue, give it to me straight, face to face. Are you really disappearing? Just another dying race. Hey, true blue, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you. Hey, true blue, can you bear the load? Will you tie it up with wire just to keep the show on the road? Hey, true blue, hey, true blue, now be fair dinkum. Is your heart still there? If they sell us out like sponge cake, do you really care? Hey, true blue, true blue, is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when she's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you. Is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True
Many wonderful many wonderful memories in those pictures today. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear. Wishing us hope in the midst of sorrow, offering comfort in the midst of pain, both today and tomorrow. Family and friends, it comes time now for us to say farewell to Bill. Bill, what a wonderful life you lived and what an impact you have made on others. There's no doubt today that at the end of your time here, you've left behind so many hearts that are aching. You've left so many tears of and pains of grief. But my goodness, you've left behind so many warm memories and a beautiful legacy of love for your family and friends. And so it is with love and gratitude that we now commit all these fond memories to be locked away in our hearts as we gently yield your body to its end with nature. We celebrate you, we honour you, but most of all we pay tribute to that consistent love and sense of fun that you always shared so willingly with your family and the comradeship of your friends. And we're never going to forget you. In that certain knowledge, may you rest in peace. A silent tear. Just close your eyes and you will see all the memories that you have of me. Just sit and relax and you will find I'm really still there inside your mind. Don't cry for me, now I'm gone, for I am in the long land of song. There is no pain, there is no fear, so dry away that silent tear. Don't think of me in the dark and cold, for here I am, no longer old. I'm in that place that's filled with love, known to you all as up above. Bill, you are so dearly loved. You are in our hearts and our minds, and we'll carry you with us as we move forward with our lives. At his request, Bill was interred at the Moonta Cemetery earlier today. William Harvey TREMBATH, everything you have done is still done. Everyone you love is still loved. Everything we've learnt from you is still learnt. And so we'll let you pass from this world for which you did so much, for which you continue to do. Because when we walk this earth, we walk it with you. You leave us with the strength and pride to do what is good and right, and your memory will guide us just as you did when you were at our side. For this we say thank you and goodbye. Our dearest Dad, Pa, great Pa, and loyal friend. Rest in peace, Bill. Family and friends, that concludes the service for Bill today. On behalf of his family, I thank you for your attention and your attendance. Your love and support is very much appreciated. The family invite you to join them in the Moston Pool Lounge at the other end of the building for light refreshments and a chance to further reminisce and share those wonderful stories of Bill's life. Also in front of us is a display of memorabilia of Bill's life, his riding, his dog trialling, and numerous other activities. In a moment, I'll ask you to please stand, and following the immediate family, there'll be an opportunity for you to come forward and place a tribute to Bill. Thank you. If you could please stand.
Would it be the same? strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knee. Time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging beyond the door. There's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know